Hi there, students. Parched, an adjective. We also have a verb to parch as well, although I think it's most common you will see the adjective. If something is parched, it's extremely dry. Yeah, the land had been parched by the drought. You know, when you see the land, the earth, and it's full of cracks going in all directions, that is parched. Maybe the crops were parched. They had withered and dried out because there was just too much heat and not enough rain. Yeah, the land became parched at the height of summer. Yeah, it just became completely dried out. The crops were parched. We can also use this to mean extremely thirsty. This is an informal way of saying it. I'm parched. I really need a drink. Yeah, so it's like you're dried out. Yeah, we were parched, having worked in the sun for a long time. Okay, so as a verb, to parch, to make something dry because of a lot of heat, particularly from the sun. Okay, and we can also actually use this verb to parch, meaning to roast lightly. Yeah, to cook or to roast, but a grain dry. So I guess dry roast peanuts are parched. They're quite tasty. Yeah, but my mouth was parched. I really needed some water. Yeah, I was so parched. I drank a litre of water almost without stopping. Yeah, but when there is a drought and there's a lack of rain, the earth becomes parched. Okay, so yeah, parched grass, the parched ground, the land was parched. My skin was parched. If you live in a very dry climate, you start to get cracks all over your skin. Yeah, you need some moisturizer. The parched soil as well. Okay, so to parched, it's saying has been dried out because there's no water around. Yeah, so particularly a plant or the earth or the ground. Yeah, I'm trying to think about using this metaphorically, as in something like the economy is parched for money. I guess you could, but I think more normally parched is it's more talking about lack of water, and specifically lack of water, deprived of water. Yeah, the parched landscape was desperately crying out for water. Yeah, if his lips were parched, they were unpleasantly dry, and his mouth was parched, and he was incredibly thirsty. Yeah, so parched. Somewhere where there hasn't been a lot of rain and it's been very dry for a long time. Okay, formality. So firstly, I'm parched, I'm thirsty. This is informal. I'd give it a 3.5 informality. Definitely for an informal conversation. I wouldn't use it in a semi-formal writing. And then the earth is parched. This probably I'd give I think I might give it a 6 informality. You could use it in an informal conversation, but it sounds rather literary and rather formal. I think it would sound better in some sort of semi-formal essay or something like that, but use it formally as well. Okay, so if something's parched, it's completely dried out. Yeah, it doesn't have any water. Okay, so parched, withered, arid, dehydrated, waterless, thirsty, dry, dehydrated, shriveled as well perhaps. Okay, so origin. Okay, well there was a Middle English word parchen meaning to dry or to roast, but further back than that it's not very clear. If you've got some ideas, I would be glad to hear them. Okay, so I could only just hear his voice through his parched throat. I'm parched. I need a glass of water. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Parched.